time we thought about the credit union, it came about because of my concern with the fact that employees were being taken advantage of in the community by the loan companies, credit clothiers. The loan companies and the credit clothiers thought they had a good thing as using the Navy as a collection agency, so to speak. They would write letters to the command saying that a certain employee had failed to meet his obligations. It was my responsibility when those letters came in to take and check it out, check through the employee's supervisor to get them to understand they must meet their obligations. The command did not like to have employees drawing a paycheck and not paying their legal obligations in the community. It was not a good image for the Navy. So that worried me, and I began to wonder what could be done about it. I was aware of credit unions, and that's when I started to look into the possibility of thinking of trying to get a credit union established at the station. Eventually I got the ears of a military officer who was our senior civilian in the civilian personnel department, and he listened to me. We agreed to try to go with the credit union. The original funds were kept in a little box. It was on the desk of my secretary at the time. It was first $60. If I recall right, I think it was a little cigar box, really, that we had at the time. We started out with volunteers, and we had people that we selected as representatives of the credit union who would work out in the shops and accept money for people for deposit, would accept applications for loans. And interesting enough, when we first started the credit union, one of the things we agreed to with the commanding officer was we would not loan to military any more than they had on deposit. And that policy stuck for several years before we finally got them to agree we could treat them just as we did the civilians. They could borrow more than they had on deposit. People that were actually handling the money and keeping the records on an old Burroughs accounting machine was a volunteer. It was a man and wife, Mr. Weaver. And our first manager, our first employee was Nikki Breeder, who was employed. And she hired Betty Fortunato, who worked with her. And they were located in Building 40, which was just south of the main administration building on the station. And that's where our first office was. The Navy was fine. It was the civilian top management that at one time that was very reluctant to see us get involved in the credit union thing. But it was certainly a great thing because there was nowhere that some people could go, military or civilian, and go to a bank to get a line of credit or to borrow to buy a car. It was kind of hard for them because of the pay and all. I've had people ask me many times, did I think that, or did any of them feel that the credit union would ever grow to the size it is today? And the growth, of course, was dependent upon the vision and the dedication, the personal time and talent of the people that were willing to volunteer. A lot of people have put in a lot of time, put in a lot of their talent, some of them put in a lot of their treasure to make the credit union grow. You have it, your responsibility now to make it continue to grow and to help people. We now can offer everything so we can become the primary financial institution of any of our members. We can do anything for them that they need done financially. So I would say that you, the employees, all the management, and all the current officials, it's in our hands to see the thing continue to grow and to be a real asset to the community.